now? Is it coming through? Well, if it is, he'll let us know. If it isn't, he'll let us know.
Wait.
There's Carl too. Hey. Hey. Carl too. Properties. Yep, it should be coming through. On the Yeti. 1968 says thumbs up.
Thumbs up, he says.
I can hear now. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, 1968 was on my last stream too. My 2,000 subscriber, he was talking to me a lot on that one. Same with Carl too.
Our homies have things
Yeah.
to say.
I'm starting to recognize people. Claudia Burdella might show up, and I actually talked to on Discord in a recent video. Although I heard that she goes by they them pronouns, I guess, because her friend Shane Bugby was referring to her as they in a video that she uploaded. But I'm not doing that, so too confusing. I can't. Whenever someone does that, I just think they're talking about more than one person.
The Joys of Yiddish.
Yeah, that's Leo Roston. That book, from what I understand, is about how Yiddish words entered into English. But I don't know how you can write a giant novel. Like, look at this thing. Look at how thick this is. I don't know how you can write that much about Yiddish without actually just writing a Yiddish grammar. If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a bitty bitty rich, idle diddle 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 man. I got some vitamin D oil just chilling on my wall here.
He hates the
And
sun.
on my ceiling. Look at that. Vitamin D oil just chilling there.
That's what the kids are calling it nowadays.
1968 says any vids coming up? I guess. I was gonna shoot a couple today, but I forgot. Maybe I should shoot them tomorrow. I have 2 poems I can make those into a video. And then I also wanted to review Hell of a Boss. I can do that. That's 2 videos I can make tomorrow. There, you should be satisfied. Cunt. Yeah, this is the tsundere stream. I'm just gonna be ignoring you this whole time.
Ah, the way it always goes.
I'm just gonna be bratty this whole time.
So nothing's new.
Usually I'm pretty nice to these people.
Why would you do that? Then they expect it.
Yeah. Well, the one thing they've learned from watching my videos is to expect the unexpected. Because I never do the same thing twice.
Wink.
Chris Grady says, Bitcoin TA. Can you speak in actual words, please?
Well, we got the first part.
I know what Bitcoin is. TA.
Transfer amount?
Transfer amount? 2. There you go. That's the Bitcoin transfer amount.
Damn, you're being expected a lot. Half one.
It's just because I'm depressed right now, so I don't care. Feed my depression with distraction, people.
They say nay.
Technical analysis, Bitcoin technical. What are you talking about? You come onto my stream and you say Bitcoin TA question mark. Apparently it means technical analysis.
You to analyze technical.
What about it? Do you want me to? Do I look like a Bitcoin? Someone told me to come here for Bitcoin TA. Well, tell that person that he's an idiot because I am not talking about Bitcoin TA.
Not yet.
I am not doing any Bitcoin technical analysis for you. Wrong channel, I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know how you made that mistake. I don't know how that happened, but very well. Chris Grady, thanks for dropping by.
Bye-bye.
Hey, there's Claudia Burdella. Just chiming because I saw you were streaming. Yes, I am. I'm doing a stream, I guess. And it's going okay so far, you know. We're just trying to keep it afloat, you know. Thanks again for doing the podcast with me. Oh, no problem, Claudia Burdella. I'll come on anytime you want. Just fix whatever is going on. Like, I don't know if you need a new microphone or what, because, like, it was hard to hear you. You were cutting out a whole lot as you were talking with me. Yeah, we could do another someday. But, yeah, it was a little bit hard to hear you. And I also hope that next time we talk, we'll be a little bit more talkative. Because it was, like, kind of awkward with all the long pauses. Although part of that was due to the lag from Discord, just because I had the same issue with Cleary with the lag in our conversation, but I don't know how to solve that. Anyway, I'm out. Got a zine to make. Oh, you're making a new zine. Okay, that's cool. We'll watch this later. I mean, if there's anything interesting to watch, well, you'll see, I guess. That was nice. Claudia dropping by. Claudia Burdella.
Our hombre, Claudia.
That Bitcoin dude's a Farstunken. You're getting covered up by my heart here. Farstunkener. Farstunkener. He's a Farst. Yiddish word, he says. It's a Yiddish word.
That's awesome.
That Bitcoin dude's a Farstunkener. Okay. I don't know what that means. Carlos Torres says, "Good evening, dude. I'm from Mexico, and I love all your Marilyn Manson videos."
They're fucking tight.
Yeah, well, Marilyn Manson is popular in South America and Mexico. For some reason, he seems to be more popular there than in the English-speaking world. Because I remember looking for Marilyn Manson podcasts, and almost all of them were in Spanish.
They must like something about it.
Yeah. I was surprised that there's so many Japanese Marilyn Manson fans.
Just like there's a lot of American J-rock, J-metal, whatever.
I guess it's because his music is so America. He just sings about America all the time.
They're like, we're super into that.
Yeah, I guess.
That's on.
Maybe this stuff about America is also applicable to Japan.
Maybe. Deep messages.
You put a lot of effort on those videos. Here in Mexico, Manson is very popular. Yeah. Yeah, I do put a lot of effort into those. They take a long time to write. Hence why I've only made 5 of them. Smelly, malodorous person is what a Farstunkener is, apparently.
Good for him. I'm glad he's a
Farstunkener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this Farstunkener will teach us about Bitcoin technical analysis.
Yeah, I don't know where he came from. That's really bizarre. Just
Well,
came
like
out of
him. Can we keep
nowhere.
him?
He's gone. He did not stick around after I
Breaking
told him
my
to
heart.
get out of here.
He was like, nope, guess I better leave.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to take over his position.
So if you guys played this game, it's pretty good.
He hates it.
I hate it. I hate all video games, but this one I hate the least. It's pretty good. What are your favorite movies? I like The Wicker Man and Panda's Fen and Tootsie and Amadeus and Ed Wood and Pulp Fiction and Taxi Driver and The Hunchback of Notre Dame and That Thing You Do and Scum and a bunch of others. What are your favorites movies?
I barely watch
Yeah,
it.
he doesn't watch movies.
Music.
Music. Yeah, he's the music guy. Carlos Torres says, I'm not into video games, to be honest. Nice titles. I like that comment because it kind of looks like you said nice titties, but you said nice titles.
He could have been more than, one thing could mean two things. You never know.
Yeah, I'm not into video games either, Carlos.
Except when he is.
I liked that game Suzerain. I played that all the way through twice. And I like Medieval 2 Total War.
Total War.
Yeah. Ha ha ha, I thought the same. Yes, nice titties. Guys, do you want to see some great tits? I'm going to show you some great tits. There you go. Those are called great tits.
Ah. Exquisite.
Yes.
Indubitably.
That's a joke I stole from Grade A Under A. On my last computer, it couldn't handle the pressure, and so I stopped.
But this computer might handle it better. But you know what? I don't know. I don't know if I want to move on from Medieval 2. I think I just want to stay there. Because these other ones are getting... But Attila is more about survival from what I understand. And that's not interesting to me. I want to conquer. I want to have a whole... I want to conquer that whole continent.
The continent says no.
Yeah. Because I love in Medieval... I've never played as anything other than England in Medieval. I refuse to play as anything other than England. And whenever I play that, it's awesome. Because I get to just create this whole English empire all over, like, Northern Africa and the Holy Land and Turkey and Greece and just conquer everything. I've never managed to get rid of, to like win where I defeat every other civilization, because I was about to the last time I played, but then I switched computers and I just didn't care enough to figure out how to move my save file. MCM, you're on the... Oh, okay. So, apparently, 1968 is on the Infernal Church Discord. That's interesting. Because I think MCM is on... I think he yeah, I have him on Discord, too. 1968. I haven't really talked to him on Discord, but he reached out to me, so. Carlos Torres says, I highly recommend the movie House of
1,000 Corpses.
Nobuhiko Obayashi. So apparently it's a Japanese movie called House.
Oh.
Let me look it up. House. It's 1970s. Oh, this is that movie. Yeah, I should see this because you know what? On every episode of the Criterion Closet, someone invariably pulls out this movie and says, I love this movie. And so I'm curious, like, what is this movie?
You could rent it.
Yeah, and I didn't even know it was called. I just knew that this is the cover of it. Yeah, we should one of these days, tonight, we could do that tonight after this. We should rent
Thank you,
House.
good friend, Mr. So
Carlos Torres. We're gonna watch House tonight after we're done with this stream. So there you go. And Carl too likes that movie. Says so surreal. And he says, I always play as one of the Hunnish hordes or the Magyars and destroy everything. Okay, because see, that makes sense because they're the ones who are coming in. But see, I don't want to play as no Hun or Magyar. I want to play as a real white person, you know? I'm just kidding. Not really.
He's like, I'm just kidding. Where am I?
No, it's not about the being white. It's about
historical accuracy.
No, it's about the fact that I have an England fascination. So I'm always wanting to play as like the Anglo-Saxons, I guess, if we're talking Attila, because they're in it, right? There's like the Saxons are in Attila, right? I think that's what I played as the last time I did it, or tried to do it. Claudia says, oh, also for another podcast thing, if you're interested, I'm planning another 24-hour show this summer if you are interested. So far, for guests, I'm going to try getting Sharon LaVey. Wow, a relative of Anton LaVey? That's cool. Well, have me on when Sharon LaVey is on. That should be interesting. Yeah, I'll totally come on your 24-hour show. Doesn't have to be when Sharon is on, but it'd be cool to talk to a LaVey, seeing as I've actually read the Satanic Bible, or at least the parts that matter. Yeah, man, excellent film. All of the Obayashi's films are pretty cool, but House kick ass. House kick ass. And he has the Criterion version. That's cool. Mad Love, 1935. What's that about? Mad Love. Grand Guignol Theater actress Yvonne Orlock is married to a concert pianist Steven and plans to take a break from acting to tour with him. However, Dr. Gogol, Peter Lorre, her biggest fan, won't let her go so easily. When Steven's hands are destroyed in an accident, Dr. Gogol's obsession with Yvonne leads him to replace Steven's hands with those of a knife-wielding murderer who was sentenced to death. Soon, Steven's new hands develop a mind of their own.
Well,
sounds like some real cheesy shit, honestly.
Steven sounds like an interesting kind of guy.
But it has Peter Lorre, and I liked him in the things that I saw him in.
He hated him.
Yeah, I hated him. He was in Casablanca. That's the thing I know him most for.
He hated Casablanca.
Honestly, that movie, I don't really get it. It's okay. Other people love it. My parents love that movie. I don't get it, really. Maybe I have to see it again. I've seen it a few times as a kid. It's just like, remember us in Paris? It was so nice. Why'd you have to leave me? Because I was already married. Well, fuck you then.
And then they did.
Carlos Torres says, you should see it. See what? Are you talking about House? Maybe. I don't know. Anyone who's a fan of Marilyn Manson might find Mad Love of interest. He got the Eat Me, Drink Me heart from it. Interesting. I didn't know that. The tattoo that he got with the spirally heart thing. Justin was showing me that tattoo, and he was like, whoa, wouldn't it be cool to get this tattoo?
Wouldn't it be cool?
This is a cool tattoo.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
Carl 2 says, Peter Lorre is great in Mad Love. Man, Carl 2 is just like the smartest person ever. He knows everything. He knows about this movie that Claudia brought up. Now you can get on with Sharon. Hell, I had Stanton, Anton's grandson, come to my DMs before he died. That's cool. Stanton LaVey. Stanton LaVey instead of Anton LaVey. I see what they did there. But I'll talk to Sharon about it tomorrow. All right. Where will you be broadcasting this 24-hour show, Claudia? Probably on the Infernal Church, like with the first one I did. I'll have to join them. Discord, right? Yeah. So you just... Wait, you broadcast on Discord? I didn't know you could do that. So that's interesting. I didn't know that that tattoo was from Mad Love. That'll be definitely... I guess I have to see it now, eventually, when I get around to Eat Me, Drink Me. Oh, okay. She's going to DM the image of the tattoo. Let's see. Oh, okay. It's straight up on the poster there. Interesting. What do you think of Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids? Favorite songs? It's my second favorite band. After Marilyn Manson, my second favorite band is Marilyn Manson and the Spooky Kids. And favorite song is -3. That one's really cool. Don't know what you see in my negativity. Claudia says, yeah, pretty much it gets around copyright laws so I can play any sort of music I want on it. That's okay. I didn't know you could broadcast on Discord.
Yeah.
See, these people are talking about Sam, Son of Man. But that one's just Iron Man by Black Sabbath with different lyrics. Filth, IVTV, and Thrift. Yeah, I quoted heavily from IVTV on one of my videos. Thrift is the one that starts with that cool guitar thing. It actually kind of reminds me of Devour. Don't you kind of get Devour vibes from Thrift? Filth is one of my top of the spooky. You can find the first 24-hour show I did on Internet Archive. Oh, okay. It's called the Infernal Church Special. It was the finale to a thing we did called the Summer of Bugby. You got a whole summer of Bugby? Just wish the songs weren't recorded on a microwave. R.I.P. Scott. Yes, R.I.P. Scott. I don't like saying R.I.P. I had never thought about Thrift when I heard Devour. I'm curious if I'm just... I have to hear those two songs to compare, because I don't really remember what Thrift sounds like.
When you imagine day-to-day life in a prison, you probably think of doors closed.
I think of whatever I need to think of.
So that's Thrift. Then let me pull up Devour. Claudia says White Spider is underrated. I don't know that one. I don't remember which one that one is. Is that Spooky Kids or is that High End of Low? Devour. And it was a tribute to the first 24-hour show done by Shane Bugby, the last guy to interview Anton LaVey. I did not know that he was the last person to interview Anton LaVey. That's interesting. Yeah, it does kind of have a similar sound. Thrift is a little bit more high energy. I'm a big fan of Suicide Snowman. Wish it made it onto an album. Yeah, that's a good one. It's kind of a simple idea, but it works. Like comparing a melting snowman to suicide. Somehow he does it. I'm gonna pull up the lyrics to that one. I liked that one more than Suck for Your Solution. Then that all led to us interviewing Bugby, then me and a friend helping him make a book which came out in November. Yeah, I heard about that because I saw that video that you put up of Shane talking about you, and that was interesting. He had a lot to say. He seemed to really like you. If I had time to kill the world, I'd try. Oh no, but I'm busy killing me. I don't have time to build a suicide, because the snowman melts in spring. The striped girls will not be coming back. In the summer they run from me. May. I don't have time to even say goodbye. We are dying as winter leaves spring. Snow melts in my lawn and I am free. Corncob pipe and a button nose. Puddled in the grass 2 lump of coal. Snow melt in my lawn and I am free. It's a pretty interesting song, I guess. Not one of his more complicated ones. But the thing about that one was Daisy, who did not understand Antichrist Superstar at all. He was like, why isn't Suicide Snowman in Antichrist Superstar? And it's like, I don't know, maybe because it has nothing to do with anything on... I mean, it's about suicide, so I guess that fits in with the themes, but it's not really... It doesn't really fit on that album thematically. But it's like he did not understand that every song on that album meant something to the greater piece. So he was like, everyone liked Suicide Snowman. It was a big hit at our concerts. Why can't we put it on the album? It's like, that's not how it works. Sick City was a good cover Manson did. I don't know Sick City. Never heard of that one. I'm the official Shane Bugby historian. Trademark pending. Well, there you go. DM'd you the last LaVey interview. Oh, okay. On, is this on archive.org? Or, no, it's on churchofsatan.com. Okay. So this is Shane and Amy Bugby doing the last interview with Anton LaVey. That's pretty cool. Actually, tomorrow he's going live with Sharon on his YouTube channel and will accept calls. I assume you're going to call in at some point then. Carlos says, could have entered the Cycle 1, the Hierophant. I don't know. Because, like, it's about suicide, isn't it? So... Or is it? Because I feel like that comes at the end.
And so that would be Cycle 3.
But it just doesn't have enough, like, lyrical weight to it and connection with the rest of it to make sense on Cycle 3. But I guess the whole album is cyclical. So it doesn't really matter anyway. I don't know. Technically, Amy Stocky. She never legally took his last name. Okay. She just went by Amy Bugby. What a name, Bugby. Bugby. Not even sure if it'd be a good fit on Portrait of an American Family since that album has its own themes. Yeah, it does. Because it sounds more like an Antichrist Superstar song, but you know, Portrait of an American Family, I feel like they could have put anything on that album. It does have its own themes, but like they could just throw Suicide Snowman in there if they wanted to, but I don't know if they had written Suicide Snowman when they were making that album. Maybe they had. To quote LaVey when they met, Bugby, 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 do you realize what you put out? This is pure dynamite. Wow. What do you put out? It was a Spooky Kids song originally. Okay. It was for a republication of the book Might is Right. Chocolate Factory should have been in Portrait of an American Family. I mean, I guess it makes sense because it's Willy Wonka themed, right? Might is Right. Ragnar Redbeard? Is that guy? Ragnar Redbeard? I thought it was Ragnar. I'm getting two different options. Ragnar or Ragnar. I'm going with Ragnar. I've heard of this guy. He's not the same as the other guy. What's his name? Mencius Moldbug. Different person. I think I heard of this guy on a podcast. Right, he was old because it was published in 1896. It advocates amorality, consequentialism, and psychological hedonism. Sounds pretty cool. This book is a reasoned negation of the Ten Commandments, the Golden Rule, the Sermon on the Mount, Republican principles, Christian principles, and principles in general. It proclaims upon scientific evolutionary grounds the unlimited absolutism of might, and asserts that cut-and-dried moral codes are crude and immoral inventions, promotive of vice and vassalage. Okay. Sounds pretty radical. The guy who wrote it was actually named Arthur Desmond, with some possible collaboration with Jack London. If you get a copy of it, get the authoritative edition from Underworld Amusements. Okay. I doubt that I will ever read this book. But, pretty interesting, I guess. The book claims that the woman and the family as a whole are the property of the man, and it proclaims that the Anglo-Saxon race is innately superior to all other races. The book also contains anti-Christian and anti-Semitic statements. Oh, right, he was from New Zealand. Born in either England or New Zealand. But that's interesting because it says here he advocated for the Maori leader Te Kuti. And then he got involved in the Australian labor movement. So he was involved in labor and with the Maori, and yet he was every man for himself, survival of the fittest, white supremacist. Forever Dirt, do you have cats? No, I do not. Except for the ones who just come around the yard every now and then.
They're like, meow.
Meow. They never want to talk to me.
They don't like you.
It's basically just a long rant, but the footnotes on the authoritative edition are insane. But the Satanic Bible pretty much contains the greatest hits from it. Yeah. The thing about the Satanic Bible is if you're not interested in magic, you only have to read a tiny bit of it. Because the Book of Satan is like 2 pages.
Satanos.
And then the Book of Lucifer, which is the actual... I feel like that's the actual part of the book that he wanted to write the most. That one, that's like... I don't know, 50 pages. It's not very much. It's a hard book to argue with. It's pretty sound, minus the disproven ideas about race, though it's not white supremacist like in a KKK way. It's more separatist, but he thinks individuals should decide from themselves. Huh. I mean, if you're coming out there like I'm against morality, then I feel like it doesn't really even matter what else you think, because like you can just think whatever you want and do whatever you want. You don't even have to make sense. You can just be like, I think that everybody who talks to me should be wearing purple, and if they're not, I am going to kill them.
Well,
And that's your right, because might makes right. And so if you can get away with killing them, then you do it. There's not really much of a need to... Like, everyone has their own moral code at that point. Or nobody does. Everyone just does what they want at that point. Nobody has a moral code. Oh, you're buying a pizza?
yeah, but for later when
Yeah.
we watch the movie.
Okay.
I'm scheduling it for later.
Okay.
And drinks. Oh, we get to pick?
We get to pick? No way.
What the hell? They do it on this website.
They come up with crazier things every day.
Crazy bastards. What's preference? Root beer, Sprite, or orange soda?
I will have none of those because I do not like sody pop.
Fair enough. Well, I say root beer because it sounds the most like beer.
Yeah, that's a good metric. Purple is great, says Claudia Burdell. I mean, purple has its moments. I don't know if it's the best color. Like, Marie from Breaking Bad kind of turned me off purple because she was all about the purple. And the show kind of made a point of that being annoying. Because Marie's annoying, because every character in that show is annoying. But especially Marie. Yeah, it's an interesting book all around. A lot of good poetry in it. Oh, there's poetry. Well, then, excuse me. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to share my 2 poems that I got. One of them is called Edgelord. That one's a short one. And then the other's called The Great or Good. And that one's much longer. And that one I've been working on for years now. Took me years to write that poem. The thing about color in Breaking Bad is really interesting. Yes, color in Breaking Bad is very interesting, and it's very interesting in Better Call Saul too. The color blue especially is very interesting, like because the meth he makes is blue, and blue kind of represents purity, like the purity of his meth. And he's always sitting next to that swimming pool, and that swimming pool is such a good visual metaphor because it's like this really bougie thing that he has, but then nobody actually swims in it, and it just collects leaves, and he's just every now and then you see him clearing the leaves out of the swimming pool, but it never actually gets used. It's like a good metaphor for his situation. Like he's making all this meth, rolling in all this money, but he can't actually use the money to live high, you know.
Now you gotta be careful. You can't spend too much money, or they'll wonder where you get it from.
Yeah, and especially his family and his brother-in-law, who's a DEA agent. So, yeah, it's not good. And then in Better Call Saul, they have the whole blue tequila, the Zafiro Añejo, which I guess they got from Breaking Bad too. But that becomes a big symbol of Jimmy and Kim's relationship. that kind of the symbol of their scams and how they're bad for each other, but they like each other so much because they bond over scamming people. And there's just so many cool uses of blue. The shot where we see his cardboard cutout floating in the blue swimming pool in season 6 episode 1 is really interesting thematically because it mirrors when he was floating in the swimming pool in season 2, and Kim was like, oh, he's got it all, he's just happy there in the swimming pool, and I pulled him out of that to try to change him into something. And then the cardboard cutout gets put in the dumpster, which foreshadows what happens at the end of the show where he gets caught by the feds in the dumpster. So very clever stuff with color in that show. You can pray until you're toothless and vote and whine and shout, but the laws of life are ruthless and you shall find it out. Example I just found. Well, there you go. Sup, buddy? Good to see you live, says Omnipresence.
Damn, Omnipresence.
I don't believe I've ever talked to Omnipresence before.
It's your homie.
Yeah, apparently. If you want to find a reading of the book, look up the song Scorched Earth by N.O.N. What's N.O.N.? Non? I know N.I.N. Is that a typo? Did you mean to say N.I.N. or is it N.O.N.? Is that a different band?
I trust them.
Because the I is right next to the O on the keyboard.
The 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah. It's a recitation of a poem. Okay, she said it twice, so it can't be a typo. Then the album Might by N.O.N. is a bunch of readings from passages. So these guys are fans of this Ragnar fellow, huh?
Yeah, right.
That's concerning. I would be concerned about a band who are fans of Ragnar Redbeard.
No way. I trust them.
Yeah, because bands have done some pretty crazy stuff in the past.
Good, as they should. You're not metal if you don't do a bunch of crazy stuff.
Yeah, but like crazy, fucked up, illegal stuff.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
We don't judge.
It is not okay.
And we don't judge. I never said it was okay for them to do. So famous people to do.
The Blue Chakra. I'll send you... Oh, Claudia's just sending me all kinds of stuff that I'll probably never check out, but cool. Non. Okay, the band is just called Non. I wonder what it sounds like.
The right to power of opponents next and let nothing bar your way. You are fit, you'll rule and reign is the logic of today.
What a great song.
Prove your right.
How about this one?
A nobility that cannot be hired with money, like slaves or beasts of burden.
This is like some...
The world awaits the coming of mighty men of valor, great destroyers.
This is... All right. Well, that's something different. Non is a guy named Boyd Rice who was friends with both Marilyn Manson and Anton LaVey. Well, there you go.
The man had friends.
Marilyn Manson actually apparently found out about LaVey from a radio show Boyd did with Bob Larson when Manson worked at a record store. Well, there you go. Bob Larson. Who's that? I don't know. That sounds familiar. Maybe I'm just thinking of Bob Lazar. But that's it. You got all these connections you're making. You got like Manson to Boyd Rice, N.O.N., Ragnar, LaVey, Bugbee. Like, you figured it all out. Speaking of, there's the German woman who's crazy, who was emailing me earlier, and
Ah, your bestie for Esty.
yeah, Evi Horizon. Speaking of Boyd Rice, do you know the magazine Dagobert Revenge? No, I don't. Odds are I don't know any magazines. Claudia has heard of it, though. Of course she has. With Tracy Twyman. Everyone, of course, too. He was a writer for a Modern Drunkard magazine.
Darn it, Carl. We're knowing so many people.
I know. Okay, she's sending me the Bob Larson show, too. All right. Evi Horizon thought that was funny.
Did she?
Yeah,
How many LOLs?
just one.
Ah. Thanks for getting our hopes up.
Crazy red-haired German woman from East Germany. So, how old are you? Are you old enough to have been alive when it was East Germany, or are you just too young for that?
Too young.
I'm gonna guess too young, because you'd have to be like over 30. Guess? Oh my god. See, this is why I called you crazy. You're so weird.
Hey. That's
Guess. All right. Well, I just guessed. You're younger than
She's 12.
you're 12. 36. Okay, so you are old enough.
She remembers when.
You remember? Do you remember it though? Because 6 years ago was 2018. So you wouldn't remember that because you would be like 1 when that ended. Too old? Ha ha ha. Do you know Eric Fournier? He's a pretty cool DIY filmmaker. He invented a character named Shay St. John. I don't know any of that, so fill me in. Carlos seems to be kind of a film buff.
Well, Carl. Everybody's got to have a hobby.
Yeah, a Mexican film buff.
We like it.
Claudia turns 18 next Friday.
Oh, Claudia.
Yeah, so you collabed with Shane Bugby on a book, and you're only 17. That's pretty wild. Carl was born in Heidelberg, lived there until I was 5 years old, then family moved back to the U.S. Is Heidelberg in the east or not? I have heard of Shay St. John before. Super interesting character and story, says 1968.
1968.
Yeah. MCMLXVIII. Does Carl have memories on Heidelberg? Claudia gets around. Claudia gets around.
Good for Claudia.
Yeah.
Gotta have hobbies.
If you like Begotten, well, I don't, so everything you say after that point, I can just ignore. But if you like Begotten, you should take a look at Eric Fournier's work. A nice combination between weird/bizarre stuff. Well, I'll leave that to you. Because
He doesn't
I
feel like it.
I did not like Begotten.
He doesn't like anything.
Might interview Nicholas Schreck in a few months, the Manson File guy. Oh. I don't know who that is. So he has something to do with Charlie Manson? I'm looking that up. The Manson File book. A book by Charles Manson. So he's the editor of it. Well, that's cool. So, Claudia, why are you interested in all this stuff? Why are you interested in Charles Manson and Ragnar Redbeard and Julius Evola and Marilyn Manson and Anton LaVey? How'd you get into all that? Of course Carl has seen Fantastica by Fournier. Of course. Begotten can only be watched when sleep deprived and on drugs.
Yay.
Eraserhead? I want to watch Eraserhead. That one actually looks like one I would enjoy. But I watched the first half of Lost Highway, and that thing was hella boring. So not good. And it had, what's his name in it? The guy I like, Bill Pullman. It had Bill Pullman in it, and even Bill Pullman couldn't get me interested.
Thankfully, the movie we want to watch is on Max.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
House is on Max.
For free.
For free!
For
I
free
like-
minus the monthly subscription fee.
Now I have to pull that one up.
For free!
John Lithgow.
What would it cost?
Cost? Cost who?
The people who buy the toy.
Well, nothing. We're going to give them away free. Oh, that's fantastic. How do you turn your face so red so fast?
For free!
I love that.
Yeah, that's wild.
Just a natural curiosity. All right. Manson's favorite movie is Wild at Heart, apparently. Is that the one with Nicolas Cage? Because I should see that. My brother has seen that one.
For free?
For free! I thought it was El Topo of Alejandro Jodorowsky. Maybe he said both at some point. El Topo, Wild at Heart. He's not the most consistent guy. I haven't seen El Topo. I've seen The Holy Mountain, and I didn't like that one. Even though that's Adam from YMS, that's his favorite movie. Did not care for it. Claudia says she'll stop sending me things for the night. Okay. Okay, Claudia. You did your job. Whoa. Here's a picture of Boyd Rice, Marilyn Manson, and Sean Partridge at Casa Bonita.
I could hear your mom playing Zelda.
Oh. Really?
Yeah. I heard the sound effects.
All right.
And I was like, "Hmm."
I recommend you El Topo and Fondo Elise of Jodorowsky. Well, since I didn't like The Holy Mountain, I don't know if recommending me other movies by Jodorowsky is the way to go. Hello, loved the Slob video. Yeah, that one has 70,000 views now. That one did well. Didn't make a penny off of it. But hey, James probably made
Like six pennies.
yeah, maybe. James and Justin and Big Ryan. Big Ryan fan, by the way. Eraserhead and Mulholland Drive are my favorite Lynch movies. Eraserhead and Mulholland Drive. Well, I do want to watch both of those. I haven't been totally put off Lynch just because of one bad experience. But so far, I'm not impressed.
He hates him.
Oh, also interested, Shane Bugbee made a now hard-to-get bootleg of a Marilyn Manson show. It's called Dead in Chicago, features some early performances of Antichrist Superstar songs. Well, why doesn't he put it on YouTube? If it's now hard to get, if
For money.
it's hard to get, there's an easy solution to that. Put it on YouTube. He actually got caught, but Manson handed him back the recording device, then did an article for his Columbine zine a few years later. That's cool. He has a Columbine zine? Of course he did.
Why would he?
Inland Empire is also cool. The article is called I Don't Like the Media, but the Media Likes Me. And the zine is called The Trenchcoat Diaries. Forever Dirt. Do you like David Cronenberg? I don't know if I've seen a David Cronenberg movie, even though I really want to watch The Fly. That's another one we could put on our list to watch. But I feel like, I don't know if I've seen one or I haven't. But I don't think I have. I know Carl has seen a bunch of David Cronenberg stuff. Yeah, I haven't seen any of these. We turn the world into Cronenbergs, Morty. Naked Lunch of Cronenberg is awesome, especially Crimes of the Future. Love all his work too. Videodro. Videodro. Lots of Cronenberg action going on. Party Monster. Videodrome and The Fly are probably his best. Yeah, I want to watch The Fly. I've seen the old one from the 50s where the guy just gets in the machine and then he fuses with a fly, and then the whole movie is just him trying to explain to his wife so that she doesn't freak out that his head is a fly head. And then finally she pulls the cloth off of his head and sees his hideous fly head and screams. And then you see his actual head is on a fly's body, and it's in a spider's web, and he's like, "Help me!" I also saw The Return of the Fly, and that one was black and white, and that one was not good. Claudia says, "Anyway, I'm out. See ya. Have a nice stream." Yeah, we're probably going to end the stream soon. Probably like 20 minutes or something. Iconic head explosion scene. That's right. I remember in the 50s Fly, he has her crush him to death in like a hydraulic press. That's his suicide method. That's pretty brutal. But it's like, just because he's a fly, he has to get squished. Is that really? Is there no other way you can kill a fly?
Have some class, man.
Yeah, I watched quite a few of those with my dad as a kid. Those old sci-fi horror movies. I can do a few peace signs.
Like Richard Nixon. He is not a crib.
Or Ringo. Peace and love, no more fan mail. Forever Dirt, do you like Monty Python movies? I like Life of Brian a lot. That's one of my favorite movies. Holy Grail is one that made me laugh harder than I ever had before, but I'm telling you, it's been quoted to death so much by everyone that I don't really like it that much anymore. It's still good, but it's like, I'm never gonna forget a single joke from that movie enough to enjoy it again.
Permanently etched into his mind.
Yeah. And it doesn't have as good of a story as Life of Brian. Because Life of Brian was actually telling a story. Holy Grail was just messing around. I saw The Meaning of Life, though, and that one was interesting. Not perfect. Like, there were a lot of dull moments in it, but it had good moments too. Beetlejuice catching and eating the fly with a Zagnut. Much respect to this channel. God of fuck. Okay. The Meaning of Life is one of my favorites. Yeah. It's pretty good. I like that part where the waiter like takes you to where he grew up or something, and then you're not impressed, and he's like, "Yeah, well, fuck you then. Why did I bring you here?" Something like that. I remember that being a good gag, because it's just so anticlimactic. But I think that movie would have been better if it had more of a sense of this is a person's life, and we're getting different stages in their life, and you see aspects of the meaning of life actually play out. Holy Grail is a mess in a good way. Yeah, well, that movie was kind of made to troll people. It has a real troll sense of humor. It doesn't do anything the way you expect. How you guys doing? Depressed? Carl 2's feeling low. Yeah.
Feel higher, Carl, too.
Wanna take you higher?
Watch an edgy movie and do edgy things.
Low rider, get a little higher. Your comment after I already read it on stream. That's not how it... I already read the thing. It's permanent.
Never escapes.
Well, he does that a lot. He deletes messages after I've already seen them, and I'm like, friend,
Carl.
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 Mr. Weezer.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, why did you get rid of that one? You're just like, I'm feeling low. Why do you need to get rid of that one?
Because now he's feeling better.
Yeah, it doesn't apply anymore.
yeah. He's like, get rid of that.
Yeah.
Scratch that from the records.
Oh.
Carl.
Need some advice, Mr. Dirt. I can't find the key to a little safe I own. Should I smash it open with a sledgehammer or keep looking? Keep looking. You'll find it.
I actually prefer the sledgehammer method myself.
Yeah.
Send a video in.
Well,
How long it takes.
we've got a disagreement over whether you should do the sledgehammer method or the key.
I believe in you. Sledgehammer all the way.
Carl says, I was too late. Yeah, but, like, why would you delete that message? Like,
He hates his own feelings.
there was no reason to delete that one.
I liked it. Keep it up.
I understand if you made a factual error and you were like, oh, I gotta get rid of this and change it.
He's like, I'm feeling sort of.
Come on, man. Commit to your feelings. You feel low. It's okay. I feel low, too. We're both low.
Low.
Like David Bowie. Low. Too late. That's okay, Carl. That's okay, buddy.
We'll never forgive you, Carl.
He's not gonna forgive you, but I will.
I'll forgive you when you forgive yourself.
Yeah, that's the thing. Once you forgive yourself,
Then it doesn't matter if I forgive you or
yeah,
not.
yeah. It's like you can only get what you want once you've realized that you don't need it and you don't want it anymore. It's like in It's a Wonderful Life where he's going to jail and then
As he should.
yeah, and he's upset and then he sees what life would be like if he were never born, and then he comes back and he's like, isn't it great? I'm going to jail. But then, of course, he doesn't have to go to jail.
How lucky, how convenient for
Yeah.
him.
But the point is, he accepted it, and then things got better.
No jail time.
I once locked myself out of the house and used a sledgehammer to break the lock. That's cool.
How'd it go? Did you get your deposit back?
The deposit?
Yeah. Smashing a lock on your, on a house that I'm going to assume is rented.
I didn't assume that it was rented, but that's that could be.
I mean, if you're not calling the locksmith, it must be rented.
Yeah, that's that's a good point. I feel like time is speeding up as fuck. Yeah, well, you're 36, so you would feel that way. I'm only 24.
Ooh.
Working in the 911 line, it makes you feel very low. So is the monkey is eating her? Okay. The monkey is attacking. Okay. Calm down, man. We're sending someone over there. Stay with me on the line. What is the monkey doing?
He's
Mhm.
humping.
Mm-hmm. Is the monkey near you? Can you get away from the monkey at all? Yes, ma'am. Yes, the monkey is eating her face. Yeah, it would make you depressed.
I mean, I'd be depressed if some monkey was eating some poor person's face.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's a bad monkey.
I'm giving up looking for my key. Sledgehammer will have to be used. Reminds me of what Manson said about Evan Rachel Wood. Right, him wanting to bash her head in with a sledgehammer.
Who wouldn't?
Why y'all talking about depressive shit with an angel halo smiley emoji? 'Cause that's how we feel. Why are you so smiley? Why are you so happy, Marek Ant? I'm starting to get hungry.
While you're in work,
Yeah,
'cause there are things coming,
that's cool.
and the movie's free to watch.
Are we gonna stay here or are we gonna go back?
I think we should go back only
Yeah.
because if I pass out, I want to pass out.
That's a good point. I want to go back too, cause then cause I'm getting
Munchy.
yeah, I'm getting like I don't know, riled up,
Ravenous.
ravenous, horny. That's the word. No, I am going to
You
leave.
gotta get his favorite stuffed animal for him.
Yes.